stories that are important to you. Follow us on Facebook. Spectrum Bay News 9, exclusively on Spectrum.
No matter when you start your day
or how you end your evening,
there's only one station in Tampa Bay
committed to news, weather now.
Spectrum Bay News 9.
Around-the-clock coverage of your news.
And weather from where you live.
From where we live.
From the southern end of the Nature Coast.
To the scenic Sun Coast.
From the heart of Polk County to the shores of Manatee.
Spectrum Bay News 9. News, weather, now, and exclusively on Spectrum.
Sweetie, I need you to get off the internet.
What? No, we're dominating.
I don't care, because between you and the teenage face chat party upstairs, there's no bandwidth left, and I need to work.
Because somebody shouldn't have gotten internet from the phone company.
Just get offline. And tell them to get off, too.
I can't. I'm the cool dad.
Well, what does that make me?
They call you that.
Slow internet is evil.
Though also cool mom.
Really?
Spectrum is crazy fast. Phone company internet bad. Spectrum good.
Lights, camera, learn. Kids are the stars at the Spectrum Bay News 9 exhibit at the Explorations 5 Children's Museum in Lakeland. Deliver the news or put together your own weather forecast. While you're there, you can also play your way through an adventure in learning with kid-powered exhibits and mind-stretching programs. Go to baynews9.com/Project Weather to learn more. The Explorations 5 Children's Museum, sponsored in part by Spectrum Bay News 9. News, weather, community, and exclusively on Spectrum.
When you're planning your day, when you want to know if the storms are coming to your house, you want to watch Spectrum Bay News 9. We're the only ones with Klystron 9.
Klystron 9 set the standard for advanced weather radars.
It gives us much faster detection of where storms are going to be moving, what's inside them.
And when a storm is moving fast, we can see all this happening live.
We don't wait until a certain time of day. You're going to get a weather update every 10 minutes.
Klystron 9, exclusively on Spectrum Bay News 9.
You're watching Spectrum Bay News 9. News, weather, now. Exclusively on Spectrum.
It is the latest trend in cemetery management, digitizing the deceased. Haines City just finished the massive undertaking. In tonight's special assignment, Spectrum Bay News 9's Stephanie Claytor explains how digitizing grave sites in 2 city-owned cemeteries makes it a lot easier for family and friends to find their loved ones.
Dwayne Temple comes to Oakland Cemetery to visit with his cousin Jonathan Jordan at least twice a month. He was a rapper known as Jay Green who was shot and killed in 2016.
It'll never get any easier.
Still, with no headstone, Dwayne said it's difficult for others to find Jonathan's gravesite. Dwayne was happy to learn the location of his cousin's burial site is now listed online.
You're getting something right. Good look, Haines City.
It's a project Haines City clerk Linda Bourgeois started 2.5 years ago. She and her team put records for all of these graves online so people would have an easier time finding them.
We reorganized all of the cemetery records according to lot, block, and space. It was a collective effort between all of us to get this done, and we're really proud of the work.
With Forest Hill and Oakland cemeteries combined, that's more than 9,500 graves.
I commend them for that.
The online map and database allows people to search their loved one's last name and find a map of exactly where the grave or headstone is located in the cemetery.
It became a trend about 2 or 3 years ago.
With the grave sites now online, city staff says it's easier to track where the veterans are buried.
And we can provide that list of interments to other nonprofits that may want to come out and put flags.
The online database also helps the clerk's office make sure its staff isn't selling plots that have already been sold. In Haines City, Stephanie Claytor, Spectrum Bay News 9.
The city spent about $18,000 to purchase that software, and we've put a link to the Haines City website on ours, baynews9.com. Lakeland says their 6 cemeteries are all online as well. Former Happy Days and Charles in Charge star Scott Baio announced some sad news on Twitter. His wife, Renee Sloan, was diagnosed with microvascular brain disease back in October. That disease is a common condition that affects small blood vessels in the brain. Now, she was also diagnosed with a brain tumor back in 2015. They've been married since 2007 and have a 10-year-old daughter. A lawsuit between pop singer Katy Perry and a California nun took a bizarre turn Friday when that nun suddenly collapsed and died right in court. 89-year-old sister Catherine Rose had been involved in a legal battle to stop Perry from taking over the property where a former convent of the Los Angeles Archdiocese once stood. Rose and the other nuns purchased.
Meteorologist Diane. And Kaczmarek, big changes in the next 24 hours. We're going to first look at shower chances as we head into the overnight and early morning hours coming in from the northwest. Very slim chance for a storm, mainly near the coastal areas of Citrus and Hernando. Couldn't rule it out, but the upper level energy will stay to the north. And then a cold front that comes through and cools everything down. We will see temperatures dropping by the late afternoon time and ending the rain. Fast changing pattern right now. The last feature brought us some light rain last night. You could see that's out here in the Atlantic now. We got a break, and now some of that high level moisture is starting to thicken up out ahead of this feature that is diving south and east. Now, the